Okay, so we're doing some straight up viewer tattoos today. I think there's mostly leg stuff. I get a lot of leg stuff. So, yeah. Should be an ensemble crew here of a sort. So we start off with no waffles today, so no long paragraphs and reading, thankfully.
Yeah, I hate reading.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I love reading. I read lots of books, but I hate reading waffles.
Reading aloud?
Yeah.
Reading aloud is different.
It gives me anxiety.
I think everybody thinks that it would be easier than it is.
Right?
And then,
I know.
And most people will never be in a scenario where they have to do something like that. And then, like, it was like the same thing when we had random people come on the podcast and they were, like, super chill and, like, relaxed when they were just talking shit. And then you get a camera in front of them and a mic in their hand and they freeze up.
And they go silent. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a guy named Gary on the podcast that we did one in Kelowna at the other shop. And he just locked up.
I know, and he seemed like he was a pretty talkative man.
Yeah, no. It's a lot of people can't do this. They think they can, but they can't. There's a skill to it, especially if you want to be good at it. It's like, you want to do this a lot? Yeah, you have to learn your character. Anyway, let's talk about some tattoos.
Right.
We have Sam from Trick or Treat. So, I seen this movie back when it was new, but, like, I'm struggling to remember who the fuck Sam is. Is it like... It was an anthology horror movie. Did you ever see it?
No.
It was all, like, short stories. I think there's, like, 5 of them. But there was, like... It was, like, Halloween evening and all different things happening.
I know it's a bit of a cult classic these days.
See, that's funny to me because, like... I was already an adult for a while when that came out. You know what I mean? Like, those things always make me feel very old.
I mean, you know this. I don't actually really like horror movies. I like the old horror movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and Jason, and I like really campy B horror movies like The Toxic Avenger and stuff like that, but I don't like...
Yeah.
I don't love really scary horror movies.
Rick and I were talking about some actual horror movies the other day.
Yeah.
Like Martyrs and Antichrist.
I like Antichrist, and Midsommar still gives me like...
I think that one was a little more surface. Like,
there's some scenes in there that still give me the heebie-jeebies when I
that
think about it.
Hereditary movie was pretty good.
Like, I've watched all of those with you. It's just those aren't the things that I'm like, I want to watch them right now.
No, I want, like... When I'm watching horror movies, I want it to be, like, psychologically mind-fucking.
Yeah.
And I do like gore, but the gore needs to be mixed in with, like a good story or something. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I watched The Human Centipede.
Yeah, see,
But
like, I couldn't watch that.
The second one was grosser. I've never seen the third one.
I'm more of a fan of, like, possessions and, like, witchy stuff. Like, The Witch was really good.
I hate all those exorcism horror movies.
I like that. I just like things that are a little more kitschy. But anyways.
I just feel like with those exorcism ones, they have the same exact story every time. As soon as the priest comes in and they start doing it, it's like, okay, I can't do it anymore. I'm tapping out, furiously calling for the bell. I can't.
I really liked the one. There was one where it was a ghost hunter, and it was like a ghost hunter show, and then it ends up being real.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that.
It's a good one.
This tattoo's pretty nice, though.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's got a lot of nice black and good negative space. I think that some of the midtones are a little choppy.
Yeah, well,
be fleshed out a little.
It's a little bit from here. It's a little bit tonal at the bottom.
Yeah.
To the dark side, and then to the top, it's just a little better balance, but not. It's just because the bottom and the top are so off balance that it's kind of bothering me. But
you know, this is a good tattoo because you see the cleaned up version of it, and it looks like the shitty, like, badly lit bedroom photo of it.
Well done tattoo for sure.
A good tattoo can't be fucked up easily with bad lighting. You can do it. You can do it. I've seen it done. I see it done here all the time.
Oh yeah.
2 of our artists here do it. It's like brutal. It's brutal. Like you do a nice tattoo and then you take the worst photo of all time.
Yep.
And it's like, why are you doing this to your work? It feels like you've taken it out back and shot it or something.
Yeah, but I feel like we just need to, like, as a group, go back and take a minute to talk about how to take a photo.
It's because some people just have bad eye.
Yeah.
Like, I know because I have a decent eye. I don't have a great eye.
You have a better eye than me.
You can't train it. Like you really can't. It's something like someone will be like, oh no, you gotta. It's like no. There's something like born in a person where they can see a good angle. They can see like the light. They can like, there's so many different things that go into taking a nice photo, and not everybody has that. So there's going to be some world-class tattooers that make their work look like shit. And
Right.
at one point, they actually took Rick out of the equation for taking his own photos of his work.
Oh yeah,
Like
I mean,
they wouldn't let him do it.
if anybody here follows Rick, which I'm sure a few of you do because he does tattoo Rem, there's been a few like videos where it's him bumbling.
It's not even a tattoo. Like he's literally filming his crotch at times.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, it's turn around, and then he doesn't cut it out.
Yeah.
Like it just goes straight up.
He's hilarious.
And it's like, well, there you go. There's your fucking tattoo picture. And then shot of him walking out of the room. Like, job well done. Yeah, he's an absolute butcher with it. Anyway, speaking of an absolute butcher, we have a cover-up that didn't even attempt to cover up the cover-up.
I see a spider web and then a bunch of blobbiness.
I don't, like, yeah, it looks like almost like a clamshell.
Oh, geez.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it is a spider web, but it's very textured. Like the stuff inside it, I can only describe as wilting.
I just can't tell what came first right now. Was
Definitely.
it the spider web or the stuff inside?
I think the stuff inside.
Oh, geez.
Because the spider web is lined over top of whatever the hell most of this is.
Okay.
But they may have put something over the web as well. Right? They may have just kept building. This is like the never-ending cover-up project, right? Like you just keep building new things on top of old things, and like I'm sure the person who has these tattoos, well, maybe I'm not sure actually that they could tell you what all of this is. I think they probably forget what some of it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Like there's a lot of stuff in there where it's like, I don't fucking know, man. I couldn't even.
It's just a blob.
I couldn't tell you what most of this is if you paid me $1 million right now. Like if you gave me, if a truck rolled up, ready to go with $1 million on the line, I couldn't tell you what most of this is.
A blob or a blorb.
I see some kind of a flower in there, but that's it. The rest of it is just like junk.
Yeah.
Like, and terrible. Like it's just, but it has a look. Like this, I like this more than most Pinterest tattoos. I'm not kidding.
Oh man, I do a lot of Pinterest
Like,
tattoos. They're depressing me
because we interface with these Pinterest tattoos so often. If someone sent us this to do, it would be like a breath of fresh air.
Right?
Like, can I please have one of these things?
The thing I hate about the Pinterest tattoos is like I'll get a Pinterest tattoo, right? And then I'll try and redraw it and make it like different or better. And
No, they don't want different or
9
better.
times out of 10, they're like,
No.
"Oh, but I like the original better," and I'm just like, "Well,
No, they want that one because
Shit.
90 other people have it and they want to belong. Then things like this were done to like be, it's like a passion project, or in some cases it was done to be different or go against the grain. Whereas the Pinterest stuff is I want to go with the grain.
I know it's
Right?
very annoying."
That's the dulling down of the tattoo industry. That's the dissemination of the tattoo industry, where it's like, it is good that it's popular and people are everywhere wearing this stuff now, but it has this effect of, oh God, not another one of these.
Right.
Right? Like when we were in the mall the other day, and like pretty well everyone had a black and gray sleeve, and I couldn't tell you what they were from more than 5 feet away. In some cases too. Because it's
Right.
just like this soft black and gray thing that it's like, oh, I'm sure it's like birth flowers and a lion, and maybe the lion has hazel eyes because the fucking mother has it. Like it's always those things. And so I actually kind of prefer this thing, believe it or not,
Right, I agree.
in all its glory. And then we have, as I said, a black and gray thing, right?
Yeah.
Kitty and a claw. And the kitty's okay. He's pretty small. I like his negative eyes. But,
Yeah,
like,
me too.
why
Those
is
are
he
cool.
so small?
Yeah, he's pretty teeny tiny. Like
this-
you
I
had a lot
think-
of room to deal with.
This is either right above a knee ditch or the bend of an arm. I think it's got to be the bend of an arm.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think
on the
that's
inside?
an armpit there.
Why is he so tiny? Right?
Um,
The claw is bigger than the fucking cat.
Yeah, I know. The cat is subject. The claw is, to me, not the most important thing.
Well, I also think, like, the perspective is odd.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't think they were as amazing at foreshortening as they thought they were.
Yeah, I don't think that the dimensions quite add up here, but
It's really actually quite a tricky thing to do if you don't know quite what you're doing.
this is that thing that I'm always saying, and I don't think people understand this, but like if you don't have the like a good amount of contrast in black and gray, like
It's just blobby.
it's just a blob, and like from very like even a little ways away from you, none of this will make any sense.
Right.
And like this is always a bugbear for me because everything I'm doing is trying to increase clarity, right? I'm in the land of darkness over here, and I'm trying to get some light into this and some contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see people with no such impediments and they're doing things that are obscuring their work purposely, it's almost like this thing is in a smoke screen.
Right.
Right? Like someone just threw a bag of sand when they took a photo of this cat. That's what it looks like. There's no light here.
Yeah, that's like another wall that I find that I'm running into with some people, especially like the floral people. They just want it so soft and dainty.
Yeah, well,
and then when you try and put some black in there, they're like, "Oh, it's too harsh," and you're just like, "But it's not."
You
It
don't
needs-
want a tattoo.
It needs the contrast. It needs the contrast, right?
see, a lot of those people, they don't actually want, because they perceive that there will be some sort of social ramifications for wearing a tattoo.
Yeah.
So they want a tattoo that doesn't present as a tattoo.
Yeah, they don't want it to be visible from
Like,
far away.
They won't. Well, they don't want it to be visible at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times, it'd be like you'll have a woman that wants something on the back of her arm so that no one can see it.
Oh yeah.
Like, why are you getting this?
Well, you get the two opposites though. You want it, or they're placing it,
Or
in
they're
the-
putting it
in
on
the-
their hand.
Yeah, which I'm getting a lot of. It's yeah. You want
Anyway,
to drive Sarah
I
crazy
feel
with
like
walk-ins, get a hand tattoo.
for some, like it's like we've seen one cat, we've seen them all, kind of thing. You know, like it's not that this is a bad cat. It's just that I've seen so many of these.
Right.
Terry bangs out one of these cats in like 2 hours every week.
And they always look really good.
But like they're just like the big cats, they're all over the place. Like there's a million of them, and I understand why, but like there's only so many good references, you know.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
only
Like,
so many.
let's start getting some like cool possums or like
Yeah,
some
let's do some other
raccoons
animals.
or, hippos or something.